Gone blank. This is kind of embarrassing to admit to, but it took me about 3 years after I left high school to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. Embarrassing? Yes. Surprising? No. Yeah, I didn't have any real ambition for anything back then. It was all fake. Well, newsflash, I'm done with that. Fear has had a real grip on my life. I didn't realize how bad it was, and about a year ago, I saw it in myself. And I was determined to leave it in the past with the old me. At that stage, I felt called to write novels. I've been writing books and making up stories in my head and writing it all down on paper since I was little. I actually wrote my first book when I was 14. And I've always felt that creativity and writing has been a passion that I've carried with me my whole life. But long story short, no pun intended, I never ended up publishing a book that I wrote a year ago. Again, I blame it on the whole fear thing and some other factors thrown in there. But one day, when I was literally doing nothing, with zero motivation and urgency for anything, it was actually my dad who asked me how I felt about interior design. I can't really describe it. It was like sparks had lit up in my head and my heart again. So I did my research, and it suddenly dawned on me when I started thinking how much I love the home channel and hearing and doing renovations and DIY projects, and the fact that I love painting and drawing. I even look back on some of the drawings I did when I was younger, and it's scary how many drawings of houses I found, of
literally neighborhoods of like little houses with each having their own little pool and the road. And
it gets weirder. When I looked back, I found a floor plan that I drew when I was 14 for one of the characters that I wrote in one of my novels, because it was about little people and
like little people.
and she lived in a mushroom, and I wanted to create, for some freakish reason, I wanted to create the flow and the floor plan and where the bedrooms were and where the dining room was, and there was even a gaming cupboard and some other embarrassing information. And I did that. I made a house for a fictional character. I'll also never forget the story that my dad always likes to tell. When I was younger, I was in my toddler years. I can't exactly remember how old I was, but we were having garden renovations. We were redoing our front yard, and one day I ran up to him and he said that I gave him this piece of paper and it had this like rock fountain water feature that flowed and ran into our pool. And I remember being so flipping proud of this drawing, and I also remember being so disappointed when it actually didn't happen. Now we have this joke about, we should have known that you were going to be an interior designer. I guess it's funny how I completely forgot all about this. It was like stuffed somewhere in the back of my head. When Dad asked me about how I felt about interior design a year ago, all of this suddenly came rushing back. And I'm a firm believer in the fact that no one should ever be restricted to just doing one job for the rest of your life.
like the movie.
Yeah, that movie had a big impact on me. So I'm always trying to learn new things, put myself out there and see what works and what doesn't work. You can think whatever you like, but in some weird way, I do believe that my passion for writing and interior design has kind of merged or mingled in some way. They're connected. And I want to keep exploring this interesting dynamic between writing and interior design. I want to use the gifts that God's given me, and I don't believe in coincidences, and I don't think that there is any coincidence that I'm finally here talking about my interests and my passions, and just I've always had a heart to help people. I've always wanted to make a difference, you know, and when you're little, like how I felt, that, you know, well, one book can't change the world, and so what if people don't even care what I have to say? And well, then let them not care. But for those people who do care and who really do need some help, whether it's interior design for organizing or just a nice new fresh coat of paint or whatever it is to make you feel better and to improve your mental and emotional well-being, I want to be able to help those people, like interior design and writing have helped me. I don't just want to create some pretty looking designs of spaces in homes. I want to bring functionality. I want to help people to organize their spaces in their homes where they can feel the peace and the calm, where chaos and stresses of the day just melt when you walk through the front door. I must tell you that I only have a diploma in interior design because I recently graduated in March this year, but rest assured that is not where my journey ends. I'd really like to specialize in kitchen and bathroom design, as well as outdoor living, like gardening and decks and patios and pools and the whole shish kebab. As well as a bit of commercial design if I get the opportunity. And once that's done, I would love to move on to studying to get my honors, and then followed by my masters. I'm so excited to finally be here, and I wish that I started this a year ago to document my experience and how I managed to attain my diploma. But I do want to make a video that goes more in depth into the course itself and which school or university I went through to get my diploma, and I'll be sure to talk more about my personal experience and what it was like, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for sticking around and
Hearing me ramble.
so this is Emma Hart, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!